G'day folks, it's Mish here. Today we are going diving in search of treasure. I've got my blue Nemo with me, I've got my full-size metal detector today. It's really cold out here, so without any further ado, let's dive on in. Let's see what we can find in the water today. Alrighty folks, hope you can see. It is probably even slightly colder today than it was the first time I tested the Nemo in this rock pool. The water is actually about 4 degrees warmer than the air temperature at the moment, so even though it's not warm, I think I'll adjust fairly quickly. Alright, let's keep going. Before I grab my detector or any extra camera gear, I'm first just doing a lap of the rock pool just to test my buoyancy. I've added on a few more weights since my first dive with the Nemo, and I just want to see whether I can hold myself down near the bottom of the pool without rising back up to the surface. I've now arrived at the deepest corner of the rock pool. This is the area I was struggling to hold myself down in on my previous adventure. I'm pleasantly surprised I'm able to stay down at the base with no issues whatsoever, so it's time to go back and grab the detector, but first, let's appreciate this view. How cool is that? My first signal, it's a loud and constant 1718. Oh no, turns out that this signal is actually a large chunk of steel or iron, presumably used in the construction of this artificial rock pool. Ah well, on to the next. I'm still having a lot of trouble hearing targets underwater, so here I'm changing my detector from 5 tones down to 2. That should give me a nice high-pitched tone whenever I receive a positive signal. Another signal, this one's a rather small sounding 1213. Now because this is a man-made rock pool, you are going to notice lots of concrete at the base of this pool. It does mean that there's not as many crevices for targets to fall into, but nonetheless it's a nice safe training ground just for me to get the hang of using the detector in underwater situations. Oop, there it is. Looks like it's just some small piece of junk, maybe aluminium.
Not really sure. Either way, let's keep looking for another target. I actually saw this target before I detected it, but just for your info, it's a nice solid 2021. And lo and behold, we've got our second and final sinker for the day. I'll still make use of it. Now, despite this being a separate rock pool, there are actually fish that live in here. So there were 3 fish playing around this crevice. One was more confident than the other 2, you'll see it up close. I don't know what species of fish this is, so if you do know, please leave me a comment. I stopped to take a look at my dive computer to check the water temperature. It was reading 14 degrees Celsius, which is about 57 Fahrenheit. I was starting to feel a little bit chilly at this point, so it was time to end the dive. Despite not finding many cool targets today, I do feel like I've got a much better idea of how to use the Nemo effectively in open water. And that's it for me today, guys. No proper outro as I was fairly well shivering at this point. I shivered the entire way home as well. I do hope you've enjoyed this dive despite not finding many treasures, but as I say, next time I will take it out in the open water for some real fun. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you all on my next adventure. Cheers, guys.